Alright, so we'll start with Battle Mace.
Okay.
3.5?
Let me look what I put it at. Yeah, I put it at 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, Battle Mace, it does need some setup. Like, it doesn't. You need to have already something on the board, which is easy enough of a setup, right? But yeah, sometimes the body it leaves, it's just too easy to deal with because it just gives a ward, doesn't give like raw stats, right?
Yeah,
So you can't use it to trade the same way you can use Stonebreaker, for example, and you leave a really huge body. Like you can, if you use the mace on a ward crafter and you leave behind the 6-1, that's a lot easier to deal with than if it was a ward crafter with Downbreaker to kill I don't know, a hard defender.
yeah, but that's also if it's a word crafter, not just any other thing that isn't actually a word.
Yeah.
Because you have to consider this as a giving word. So I think the one thing with this is just that Battle Mage's 4 slot is super overstacked. So
Yeah.
I mean, so like Giants usually runs 3, but sometimes it runs 2 as well. I've never seen less than 2, I don't think, but like
It's
sometimes
just too
A
good.
bit awkward. Like you don't want to have more than one in your hand. That's the reason that I run 2. Always.
yeah.
I think if you have chargers, like the old Firebrand list, you could run 3, but sometimes just brick.
Yeah, well, I think all 3 of us, like me, Warriors, and Karakon, I think all of us are Stormcloaks now, right? Like I think we're all running 2 Stormcloaks in our lists.
I'm just trying it, but I might cut it again.
Okay.
I think I'm running 3 right now. I'm not too sure.
Are you
I
running 3
have
now?
to double check, yeah.
Alright, we'll move on to Frostskill Dragon. I would put this as a 1.
As a 1, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
Like
that's extreme to me.
1.5, like, fine. I would just disenchant this.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2. Like it's not horrible.
Fine, it's not.
I think if you're a new player, this isn't bad.
But you don't craft this.
Oh, that's
Oh, you
true.
don't?
'Cause yeah, that's
I know
true.
what it is.
Because it's a monthly reward. Yeah, it's not even like. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not good, obviously, but it has like you can kill something. Like you can even kill 2 things.
At 9 Magicka?
I mean that's not that bad. Then Magicka kill 2 minions. It's not horrible.
I won't lie, I have been wrecked by this card before. But
Okay.
I think it's kind of like we were talking about Immolating Blast earlier, how like.
But Immolating Blast is at 6, this is at 9. Okay,
Yeah,
I think
but-
I'll put it as 1.5 and let's just move on to the next one.
Okay.
Okay. Or 1.5 or 2. Yeah. Okay. Next card is Rift Thane. I think it's a solid 3.
Whoa.
Or is it what?
Well, I probably overrated it, but
What did you put it as? 4?
I put a 4.5. It's probably less than that.
No.
I think
Yeah.
I think Rift Thane is absolutely an insane to drop.
Yeah, I mean, name a Crusader deck that doesn't use it.
The flexibility of it is insane.
Yeah, I put it really high.
Okay, maybe 3 point. Like I've seen, like people don't even like to play it because it's a 4-2.
In what deck? In what deck do people not like to play it?
It's really good. Like, is there another 4-2? Yeah,
Okay, I agree.
And it even has breakthrough. Like you can't,
Yeah.
you can't. I don't know, like 3-minder in front of it.
I agree with Lincoln Chat that it's not like in aggro decks it's not that flexible. I think what's strong about it, so for instance, like if you are playing, we talked about a million times this hypothetical Rage Crusader deck, like Control Crusader, or if you're in again like Aquaman's Control Hlalu, then like the fact that it can be a guard is pretty big because the 2/4 guard's actually like pretty strong.
Yeah, it's very strong. Like it is flexible. Like if the other guy, like if your opponent starts racing you, and you have a Rift in your hand, like it can win the game.
Yeah, like if you're behind in the aggro mirror,
Yeah, yeah, like it can win the game. Like I've seen, for example, I seen there was a tournament game, and it was turn one. One of the people, I don't quite remember who was playing, but so it was both aggro players, and one of the guys used on turn one a firebrand to hit face for one magicka, and then the other guy used a Riftain with the ring. And that
Yeah.
won him the game. If it was a 4-2 Riftain, he wouldn't be able to close out the field lane.
And I think that's the big thing is that like because the 4-2 is already like a 2-mana 4-2 breakthrough is already like a really
Yeah.
strong. So I think
So
that yeah.
super flexible in the aggro mirror, or aggro mid, aggro
I think
slash
it's
mid
very good as a
mirror.
guard, but if it's like if you ring this out and I play Wardcrafter, like I'm super happy. Like
But I feel like that's true with like most 2-drops in,
Like
in
it has to,
Crusader
like
though.
you need to have 3 health on a 2-drop in order for it to be any good.
Yeah, but in Crusader, what are those?
I don't know. I don't really play Crusader, so I put it as a 3, but I could
I mean,
be
you can.
wrong.
I mean,
I think
yeah,
I think it's a 4. I think it's
I think
like
it's 4 too.
what's a better 2-drop? Like we all know how important a 2-drops. Like
I
Yeah,
guess
I mean, do you,
Crusader is a very good 2-drop, so I put it as a 3.5. So I guess you
Like,
guys can put it as a 4.
okay.
okay. Like you have Bruma, but
That's a 3
yeah,
too.
I think Riften is better defensively than Bruma, probably.
Link, we put Mournhill Trader and Earthbane both as 4s.
All right, Ulfric's House Carl. This is a what? 3.54?
Oh wait, which one?
Ulfric's
House
House
Carl.
Carl.
I think it's also a 4.
Um,
I think like aggressive Crusader isn't the same without this card. I don't know. Obviously, post nerf, it's weaker, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like it that much, to be honest. Not
Really?
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's really, really good, but it's like you have to have it on turn 4, and if you don't have it in hand, then you run out of steam really quick. Like the difference between having it and not having it changes a lot in in your deck building decisions. So yeah, like I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. So if you have House Carol in hand, you obviously want to set up a big board, and so you can break several runes at once on
In one
board, right?
turn, yeah.
Yeah. And then you can refill your hand. So you want like cheap low curve minions. And if you don't have the house girl in hand, you don't want as cheap minions. So you want something that's a bit more low cost, but it's better value for the cost, right? So you can curve out better.
Yeah.
So I think the difference in those two playstyles it's very, very big in terms of deck building, and sometimes like the plays like not having house car in your deck allows you to build a better deck, like
I
a
think
more consistent deck.
yeah, yeah, because I think what House Carl enables you to do is you can play super high tempo, low value cards. You know, you House Carl and Assault to recover that. But it's right that yeah, if you do that and then you don't draw those card generating tools, then you can just get gassed. So
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's still good though, but it's not for good. I would give it a 3.5 probably.
okay,
Yeah, Link's
fine with that.
right. Like Ash Berserker just made this card like almost irrelevant.
Well, I don't know about. I don't know. I think
Not
you,
irrelevant, but like Ash Berserker. I would play Ash Berserker over
Yeah.
this.
I mean, I'll be real. I'm not a Crusader player, but I feel like you definitely play both, right?
I don't know.
What I know Kavaris won not this week, but last week ESL with a Crusader list. Or like Icarus plays Crusader, right? He's in chat.
Yeah, he won it 2 weeks ago with the Crusader list.
Yeah. So again, I'm not a Crusader player. But
All
yeah,
right.
in general, I think I have some like overratings on deck for like decks I don't play because anyway.
All right. Philonesty Reaver, 1.
What even is this card?
Yeah.
Destroy
that-
all
Oh,
unit
yeah,
enemies, creatures in this lane.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, if Control Archer is ever playing that card, you shouldn't.
Yeah, especially Archer, you have so many better removal options. Why would you ever play such an expensive and bad removal?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can
it's
just rely on lethal checks
conditional.
instead.
It's conditional as well.
Yeah.
All right. Militant Chieftain, 3, but I think it's a 2.5 now. What do you even play this in Orcs?
Yeah, I think you can maybe play 1 or 2, but I don't know what PDMD runs. I mean, he'd be the one to ask, but
Even PDMD doesn't really run this card. Like, I ran this card more than PDMD.
Yeah, I think it's good as 1 or 2 copies. Like buffing your orcs is not relevant.
I put it at 2.5.
Also, if you manage to draw the Wood Orc Headhunter, like the Wood Orc Hunter is so insane that just drawing it again it's good enough, right?
Right.
But it's not an amazing card. Like 2.5 is fair to me.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Okay. Sower of Revenge. I think it's a 5, but Telvos and Hand of Dagoth pushes it down to 4 or 4.5. Like the existence of those 2 cards.
Yeah, I think 4.5 is fair.
And we'll push Telvos back to. I think I'm pushing Telvos to a 5.
I think the other reason so is a 4.5 is because like Doomcrag doesn't play it. Like the controlling warrior decks don't play it, so
It's only a warrior.
So, okay, I was thinking the same. So you have, the control warrior wouldn't like to play a Sour of Revenge, right? Because it will break a rune. However, I don't think that control warrior is part of the meta. Like it's just aggro or mid range, right?
Yeah.
Like Doomcrack, it's just not strong enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've seen a surprising amount of like war meta always been. So
I'm fine with 4.5 because it doesn't go like it's not an auto include in all archetypes of control of warrior, sorry.
yeah.
Because of control. However, it's such a strong card in aggro and mid range. So 4.5 fits.
Yeah. I think like because Warriors is right. The hand and Telvos like knocked it down significantly, but it's still one of the best cards in the game in a vacuum, I think.
Yeah. All right. I've watched Vindicator. 1.5.
Mage didn't get an epic. It's a 1.
It has a 1.
Yeah.
I can see it. Okay.
Well, it did see some play at some point.
Really? Oh god.
Yeah, but that was way back. I remember Dreamor really liked this card, and he was like top 3 player. So it's not. I mean, it's not an amazing card, but it has some uses.
Yeah. Okay. 1.5.
Okay, yeah, 1.5.
Black Hand Messenger. Oh gosh, this is a PTSD card. I'll stay out of this one.
Yeah, so Warriors, I don't know if you're aware, but if you target your own Black Hand Messenger, it kills itself and it can go face for 2 damage.
I was not aware of the combo.
Yeah, so that's really useful in pushing lethal sometimes.
Yes, I'll keep aware
my
of
god.
it and go for lethal next time.
Okay, I thought you just missed it. I didn't know you didn't know that inner. I thought you had miscounted.
I actually missed it because I thought he was on 2 cards. I didn't see the shadow shift.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you like miscounted. I didn't think. Okay. Yeah. Once again, this isn't a card I play a lot. 4, and that's probably too high. It's probably more like a 3, 3.5.
I think yeah, I think it's a
I think-
3.
Yeah, 3.
Well, it's like if you're playing Control, Assassin, or Telvanni,
It's really
I
good.
think it's absolutely amazing. Like
I think-
you always
yeah.
want the Black Hand Messenger. Like, I'm really surprised because when I first saw it, like I think most of the people that first saw Black Hand Messenger, they didn't really expect it to be much of a
Of anything.
playable card.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, maybe it will see some playing altar, but yeah, not much outside it. And then it's really good in Conscription Telvanni or Conscription Assassin, and
Mhm.
Like the synergy with Necromancer is very good.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
crafting.
yeah.
As like incidental with Uprising too, that kind of thing. Also, like
3.5.
I don't play it in like aggro or tempo assassin, but I know Kingpin has experimented with it. In more like a mid-rangey assassin build, so it's worth noting as well.
Alright, next card is so craft this for like assassin control or these colors control. Sage's Agent. I'll put this as a 2.
Yeah.
It's really like it's counterable by breakthrough because both of your guards are really low HP guards.
Yeah, I think we saw someone playing a playset of it in Conscription Telvanni and Warp Meta on this past Thursday, but I don't think it's.
No,
I don't
okay,
know.
so it was I think I played this in February to like rank 3 with the Temple Assassin. And this is not too bad. Like as a stalling or going face mechanic. But I don't think
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
control.
it can protect your other guys, but I still think it's too slow.
Yeah.
Like I think like particularly now that we have Corner Club, like you want a lower curve because you can just draw lots of smaller cost cards, and you also want to have the option to just put things in shadow. You don't really want things with natural guard.
So I think this is worth disenchanting and not worth crafting.
I mean, it does see play occasionally.
Yeah, I think that my comment on the document was it's interesting. I feel like I see it on ladder a lot, but I also feel like it never really makes it a competitive tournament deck list.
Yeah. I think 2 or 2.5 is the grade that I would give it.
2.5? Yeah, okay. I agree with that.
Shornhelm Champion. I think this used to be in the old mid-range sorcerer, but not anymore. I think right now it's a 2.
Yeah, I gave it 2 as well.
Yeah, it's probably only a 2 because it used to see some play. Right now, I have not seen this card being played probably in a year. Ever
I can
since
see it lower. Even 1.5.
ever since Skyrim came out, I think this card just stopped being played.
Yeah. So maybe 1.5.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Alright. So you can safely disenchant Shornhelm. Warren King's Agent. I say 2.5. Like it's playable mid sorcerer if you need more defensive. At least that's what I've been told, but I don't play mid sorcerer.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't play any kind of sorcerer, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on ladder some, but not in mid. Like mid definitely doesn't matter. It's more of like I think you see it in more controlling shells sometimes. Like in Telvanni or something. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those cards where I get like if you like go to the big collection and you had them with your word, you could probably use it. But like, yeah, I think it's a better card than the last couple we looked at. Like it's better in a vacuum, but I still don't think it really makes it any competitive decks.
Yeah, I mean, you see it every once in a while. It's not too bad. It's nothing amazing.
Yeah.
Average. I think 2.5.
I don't think it's worth crafting these.
No. Yeah, I think kind of similar to how we're saying with like twos being like tech cards. Like I think this doesn't go in the standard sorcerer list, but maybe you play like a really slow version. Like you want got better ability to come up the board, and you tech this in for that. But
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
Okay. Master of Thieves. I think this is the definition of niche, and it's a bad niche. So it'll be 2.5.
You
But
think
it's
it's
so
a bad
powerful.
name? I think it's so powerful as a niche card. The problem with this is that the deck it goes into is very bad. But
yeah,
it is enabled by this card.
So 2.5. I can't see it as a 3. Because Pilgrim
no,
Monk is so bad.
there's no way it's a 3.
Yeah. Okay. 2.5 is fair.
Okay.
Protector of the Main. I wouldn't craft this card.
No, this
No.
is yeah.
I've played more Control Monk than any person should, and it doesn't go in that deck. So
It's
Don't play
probably
the card.
having the gout hurts you more than it helps you.
yeah, no, yeah, it's not good.
Alright.
I think it's kind of
is it-
I think it's comparable to Shornhelm Champion actually, where it's a card that kind of like, it's okay in a vacuum and it used to see some play, but it's just not good enough anymore.
Edict of Azira. So, I know, okay, so we're too harsh on 5s, and let's just not put 5 goes in all archetypes. Like, we'll put Telvoss Spinners as 5s, because we haven't given a single 5s. And I think Edict here...
No, but I think that's fair. I think we have to stay consistent. Like, I think that it's a good thing that we don't have that many 5s because there are not that many cards that just go into any deck. I think that's something that we need to showcase to the new players.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can't just craft like 50 cards and then you can make any deck work, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay that the 5s are really reserved. Daggerfall,
Okay.
like
Yeah, Daggerfall, Ancano,
Like,
Hunter Dagoff. Like we
yeah.
need to show the
How-
power
how
level of
good-
those cards. Like how good they are compared to everything else, right?
because there is a difference. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Okay, so Edict is, I think, is a 4 then, by our standards, or 4.5.
yeah, I gave it a 4.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good card, but even Control doesn't play free
Often,
copies
yeah.
sometimes.
And the really aggressive lists often.
Yeah, the aggressive list, well, as aggressive as Spell Sword can get, they don't usually play Eric Tofazura.
Yeah, and this obviously suffers too from again willpower having a ton of 4.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons. Because also it fights with because when you go into Spell Sword, you also get a 4/5. So you have Hive Defender, Cloud Rest, 4/5 Slay Heal guy. Like you have so many really, really strong 4s, it gets really tough. If you're in a more aggressive list, you also have Troll. Like, yeah.
Like remover for 4 is not amazing. Like if you want to push damage, like you much rather have something like a silence, so you can have the body after, even if there is something that you really need to get rid of, like Brynjolf or Undying Dragon to deny the drain.
Yep.
I think you'd rather play a Shadowfen if you're an aggressive deck. So yeah, I think this is a control card.
Alright. So 4?
Yeah, I think 4 is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 3.5 or 4. I don't know.
I like 4. I think it is a strong enough card in the vacuum that probably
Okay.
deserving of a 4, but
Okay, I'm fine with either.
yeah. And
So
yes,
Emperor's
yeah,
Blade.
I think it's kind of similar, honestly. Like that could maybe be a 3.5, but I think probably a 4 as well. I think it goes in most Spell Sword, but like if you're in Spell Sword or Tribunal, like you're probably running this card.
Yeah, I think Emperor's Blade. Yeah, it just fits all kind of spell slots, right?
Yeah, it could even be more than a 4, even because you
Yeah.
never consider being a
I
4.
mean, by our definition, Emperor's Blade is probably a 5 because, like, what kind of spell slots would not want an Emperor's Blade?
I guess like the question is like this obviously fights with Hive. Have we really come to a decision about like because I think oftentimes people will won't run all 6. Is there a consensus about whether you're running more blades or Hive defenders?
I think it's more of a meta call.
Yeah. So then for that reason it's probably a 4.5. Because I think Hive defender is a 5.
Yeah, Hive Defender is definitely a 5. Emperor's Blade is, I think it could be a 5. It's just Spell Sword is such a bad class.
Yeah, exactly. That's his problem. Spellsword is such a bad class. It's been the worst for more than a year already.
Yeah. And I think the fact that this like I think we have to do something to indicate that even if this does go into every requirement like allowed to go into, there's a bit like I don't know. I don't think it feels wrong to like give this the same or better score than like Sower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's different context.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously the context is key. But yeah, I think this could be a 4.5 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you have to make the decision if it's Hive Defender or Emperor's Blade. So yeah. Okay, I can see that.
It's very meta dependent. If it's a cultist meta, you want Blade. If it's a troll meta, you want Hive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to review the new card, Blackwood Distiller. 4 mana, 3/4. Pilfer, gain 3 magicka this turn. Slay, gain +1 magicka.
Okay, so now we'll give it a rating of, I don't know, like 4 instead of being a 1.
I would say it's a 2.
Yeah, I don't think that card's good.
Oh God, I think this card is insane. I think this card is absolutely insane. Like, look at the 4 drops that Scout is currently playing. What are they?
Camel. And that's about it.
Camel and Mentor. Like, that's it. Camel and Mentor. And then you have this. And this is so much better than both Camel and Mentor.
Yeah. Like, Hacking and I aren't even running Mentor anymore.
Yeah. I think this card is absolutely insane. Like, especially in Scout, that the 4 drop is so bad. It's always been bad. Like, that's the reason I used to play Mundustone, because it doesn't have any other playable 4 drop. And then you actually have something now.
What I'm gonna say is I don't think the Slay really matters too much. For me, it's like how much is how powerful is Dark Ritual in this game? Because it's delayed a turn, right?
Yeah, but the pilfer, that's what I'm saying. Get the
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying how much is 3 mana I want for 1 turn. Like, how important is that? Particularly since this has to live
continuously. Like, I think that's super powerful.
Yeah, it's a 4 mana 3/4 though. I agree that gaining 3 magicka is like massive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it can see play. Like, I can see it. Like, you don't really want to bolt this, but you're happy spinnering this.
I feel like we shouldn't give it a rating yet, because it obviously has had literally 0 time. I just don't want to give it a rating.
I mean, we're not gonna put in the document, but yeah, I'm curious to know your predictions. I think that it's a really powerful card, and I'm gonna give it a 4.
So I think what I'm gonna say is that I think that where this can, I don't necessarily think it's great. Like, I don't see it in Uprising, but I think for combo decks, this could be really, really dangerous for the game. Like, I think, if this allows Leafwater Abomination to go off, 2 turns early, that's really scary. So just that on its own, I think, could be enough to like warrant it having a decent score. But it's really hard to know. I think it's going to be like a 4 or a 2. I don't think it's going to be a 3.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's gonna do. It's like, and that's the kind of thing too, where because it's like maybe the stuff around it doesn't exist yet, but like getting 3 magic over 1 turn is enough breaks games. So yeah.
Okay, I see some people in chat saying that we should rate it after we've been playing it, but we're just theory crafting right now. We are not actually gonna put this in the document. We're just expressing our thoughts about the upcoming card. So don't worry, we are not actually rating the card. We're just theory crafting.
Okay, Thorn Hist Mage. 3.54.
I gave it a 4 because I think virtually every scout build is going to play 2 to 3. I mean, you don't, and I guess you don't in the comments, but I mean for Uprising, yeah, I guess maybe it's just Uprising.
I think it's the only reason it's playable at all. It's Necromancer.
I agree.
Yeah, Necromancer just makes this card playable.
Yeah, I don't think on its own it's very good.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute.
Just go on, Karen.
I'm not sure this is worth a 4. Like there's so many archetypes in Scout that don't want to play the Hist Mage. So sure, like the latest one with Necromancer Enterprising likes the Hist Mage a lot, but before that was just it was just out of the meta effectively, right?
Yeah, like nothing played this.
Yeah.
By
so
itself, it's like a 3 or even lower.
I think 4 is a bit too generous. I'll give it a maybe 3 or 3.5.
I think 3.5 for Hist Mage.
That's because of the combo synergies, but other than that, I think it's by itself is not very strong.
Yeah, I think this is similar to what we were saying with Uprising, though, where it's, the deck that this goes into is so strong that it feels, again, like based on context, it feels disingenuous to not rate it accordingly.
All right, let's go to Hand of Dagoth, the only 5 in this review, like the true 5.
Yeah, this is a 5. And the reason for that is because if you build a Dagoth deck, you will put 3 hands in the deck. That's how you start, and you will not cut any of them ever.
Yeah. Like there is no decision making when you're building a Dagoth deck. Like should you put Hand of Dagoth or not? Like you just put it, right? Like when you're playing Unite the House as Dagoth, like something absolutely stupid, right? You still play the Hand of Dagoth.
Yeah. Because it's just so nuts with interacting on board, keeping you alive. Yeah, everything.
Okay, Haunted Manor. I don't know how to rate this card.
I gave it a 4 just because I said it's part of a tier 1 deck and that deck plays a playset, but it doesn't really see play anywhere else. It could you could say it's like 3.5 or a 3 because it's.
But if you play Hlaalu, do you ever exclude this card? Ainis Hlaalu doesn't run this card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's only in tokens, so I think it's a 4. Like Divine Fervor's a 4, so.
Yeah. Okay. I can see your point. So yeah, maybe 4. I was gonna say that you can make work. Like you can make mana work in, even in control cloud, probably. Yeah. You can get some, like if you play like Giant Path, and I don't know. Maybe it's. I'm just cherry crafting now without actually trying it out. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe 4 is fair.
Yeah, I haven't messed around with the builds too much, but I know that the control Hlaalu list, like I know again, like Aquaman's build doesn't use it, but again, I mean, who knows? Like, there's obviously been a limited amount of testing with it, so it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, but it's just such a big part of a tier 1 deck. Like, I think that if Hlaalu didn't have mana, it would be anywhere near playable. Not anywhere near playable, but near as dominant as it is right now. So yeah, I think we should highlight this fact that it is one of the key reasons a deck is as strong as it is in this meta. So
Yeah.
I'll give
What's
it a
the rating?
4.5.
Oh, I can see it's a 4.5.
Okay. Yeah.
Inspiring Kingsman. 2.5.
I think 2.5.
Okay, 2.
I think like
Yeah, it's. I don't like Riley very much, so.
yeah, I'll say again, like I think Ray plays a playset of this. At least he was in testing. I don't know if he's changed now, but I think the card has potential in that mid-range deck. But yeah, I don't think it's a great card by any stretch.
Power of the CV 1.
1.
I said 1.5. I think you can play
that
that one.
bad? I mean, I don't know. I've never. I haven't even played
I would
Tribunal.
disenchant this, like, in a heartbeat.
Okay, I haven't even played Tribunal. I don't even have the card back yet. So it doesn't look that bad to me on paper, but I've never seen it play, so I don't know. Maybe someone more knowledgeable can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean I've seen it played in niche amounts, but I think people inevitably end up cutting it usually. I don't know. It just yeah.
Okay.
The Voth
I'm gonna-
Experiments.
Yeah, it's a cool card. It enables some really stupid things like Atomancer into experiments.
Also,
Run OTK.
I don't know if it still is, but I know Ray's Telvanni Ox deck used to run some number of those. And that's like, I think I consider that to be an actual strong deck. So obviously it hasn't had a lot of meta, but I think that if that gets more, yeah. I gave it a 2.5, I think.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Like it could see some more. I think this card needs a little bit more time for people to play with it. I think there has to be something out there to make it more powerful.
Yeah, I think it might settle around more like a 3 or something. Like again, I think as if Ray, like if people start practicing Ray's deck, if that gets more adopted, but I think for the current state of the ladder, probably not.
Yeah, it's probably 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
2.5.